Hey everyone, Corrie here, coming in to do a channel message, and this is getting late in the week. It is midweek. It is the 17th of August. So this one will follow through all the way into the weekend. We will make this the end of week and the weekend channeled message that's coming through. Sorry about the noise. That's some bikes that go by that have those little motors on them, and they're loud. So this message and where it's coming from is, first I'm like, where do we go with this? Because there's like this real exciting energy that's in play right now today. It's like this whole get up, go, today's your day, you got to get going today. It's like we got our own empowerment coach just like yelling at us from inside. You can do this, you got this, you can be this, you can conquer the world today. And then on the back burner of that, you got the energy of, you know what, we're still back here. Life is still happening. All the things that are still exist in the world that no one has solved, that those problems are still here, that we can't just hurrah and pretend that all the rest is not here, because we don't want to be caught in the element of surprise by what happens, in a few months, or what happens in the next, if we turn the blind eye. So it's having an open mind, gaining new perspectives, letting ourselves be able to look at the bigger, broader picture, but also know that our world is not fully defined by what is happening in the world of just out of our control. But what is in our control? I always say that. What is in our control? So today we're going to live in today. Today is our moment. We're going to live in this moment. We're going to live in today. As for me, like yesterday, my second book came, and that was a moment for me that that just made me feel so like a sense of satisfaction that all of these years since that book was written, and this book then followed right after, and that's been 2 years. So 2 years ago, this book was written, and it's just coming out now. So it's available and downloadable. This we were approving before it went to print. It's good. So it's good to go. But that's kind of, where life is. It's like, what do you have in your today that you can celebrate? What do you have in your today that can reinstate some sense of hope and faith in you? Where can you start building upon that hope? And if it is today that you got that angry desire to say, why the fuck have I been waiting for the world to get better? The world was never good. The world was never great. The world has always had problems and issues. It's only when it's thrown in your face is when we stop living, and we wait for that ideal moment. Our ideal moment is today. And that's what you have today. And that's where our energy is today. What you have today is today. You have this moment. The next moments are not guaranteed. You're not guaranteed to be here. You're not guaranteed that your tomorrow's going to come. None of those are guarantees. We exist in this very moment, and it's our blessing. It is our miracle. And it is the moment of opportunity. It is where every bit of momentum is in this moment that you are in right here, right now. And that's where you're being told to build. Every single next moment that you get is a moment to build upon. And if you be inspired in this moment, then add some inspirations, like putting the salt, pepper, and then adding all the ingredients, and you start adding in those ingredients, is that you can create a world when the rest of the world is saying stop, don't do, don't go, don't become, whatever that may be. And so create yourself something that tells the world that you're ready to go. 2 days ago, I got that urge to start painting, to paint a vase and to decorate some walking sticks, like some staffs that I had found. And there's a story behind them, but I'm not going to share all that now. And so in that moment of starting that journey and creating, right when I was creating it, that's when my book was delivered. And I've been waiting weeks. And it was like, see, you just got to start to put some magic into something, to tell yourself, to inspire yourself, to empower yourself in these moments that I am here, and I am here to exist happily. And so not to exist in the suffering. I am here to more than just exist. And in knowing that I can have hope. I can restore some sense of hope in my tomorrows, which takes a lot of courage. It takes courage. And sometimes we got to get pissed. Sometimes we got to get angry. Sometimes we just got to get to that point. And I don't mean we got to go out and destroy the world or things around us. I mean, we just got to sit down and say to ourselves, why did I believe that to a point of where I let it control my life? So is it in relationships? Is it at work? Is it in society? Is it in social media where you have gotten so wrapped up and so tied up in all that is happening that you're just mushroomed and you're just sitting and you're in this stalemate energy? Well, today it is inspiring us, and we got this energy today. We got wind in our sails. And so this wind in our sails is saying, make use of this wind in our sails and take advantage of that, and to ride that, and to be present with that, and let yourself go with that, and just be with it. But also knowing when it's time to stop. Is you got to learn to create balance. How much do you have to give? So if you're just getting back, if you're just getting your energy up, if you're just feeling good and you're like, oh my God, I can go and I can just do and do and do. Well, I know that I can give 2 hours a day. And whatever I got to do in those 2 hours, I can do a lot in 2 hours if I stay focused and stay here. So I have 2 hours a day that are peak moments for me. In those 2 hours a day, I'm recording this right at the end of the peak moments for me. I recorded sessions first because that had to be priority. And so I'm recording this in that peak time for me. So in that peak time and almost at the end, I'm very aware that after this, I have to go replenish and charge up in the sun outside, go buy a couple incense that I need, but also not out spending like crazy, because that's one of the big things that I've put into self-love and self-care and self-worth, is being aware of not going out and filling up on things to reward myself or to feel satisfied by spending money that is not there to be spent in ways where I can fill up in the sun. I can fill up by going for a walk. I can fill up. And that's what they're telling you. Be aware of what you're using and where you're putting your energy and your momentum. So how much energy do you have to give to a stalemate relationship? How much energy do you have to give to a job that's become so demanding that you don't have anything else to give, and you're not getting paid for those overtime hours? And now, don't worry, I'm not saying not to put your love into your job. Is if you're there and it's a part of give and take and contributing to keep a business running, together and as a team. But I mean, if there's no balance, is what I'm saying. If there's no balance and you feel that depletion, you feel that tired, you feel that energy, well, what's happening is that shift, right? From that 3D world to 3D thinking into this 5D type of living. And that is the transformational energy that we are moving with right now. And continuing to do it the old ways is just such a struggle that if we can do optimal amount of work in 4 hours rather than 7 hours, isn't it better for us to give 7 of the best hours of our lives to something that we're going to do that we have for work, and then have 3 more hours for something to recharge, to come back and put another 4 hours in? So where are we in that frame of thinking, in that mindset, and where are we exhausting? Now, of course, you can't go change the rules at work. I'm just saying, you got to make space for your creativity. You have to make space for you in your life. So a big thing about moving forward now is about creating space in your life. And do you have space in your life for you? And are you taking those moments and acknowledging them, celebrating them, use them to really move forward and to advance into another tomorrow with a sense of adding on to instead of depletion? Are your next moments, your next blessings, the next miracle moment you got to exist here, to live here on earth, are you walking into it depleted, or are you adding and banking onto it? So banking into our energy and into increasing our frequency, our vibrational frequency, our sense of being able to take the breath. Are we walking in depleted, heavy, dense, weighed down, all the stress on us? If that's the way that we're going, we're being told to turn around and face that. Sometimes you got to make difficult choices that seem very, very hard to set yourself free. But in the end, it's not the end of the world. It is the beginning of setting yourself free, because we have this pride, this sense of, I have to hold on, I have to keep doing, I have to keep giving, I have to, right? I just can't quit. So there's old programming and conditioning that has just kind of finally outdated itself. It's exhausted itself. And it's time for us to be able to say, okay, now I'm done. Now I'm done with that. And to really sit down, and I'm like, it's easy to say it in our heads and our minds, but this takes mapping, redirecting, changing, book appointments with someone like myself or another coach, or somebody who works in emotional, spiritual consulting and healing. Book in with us just to do the intuitive work, or to do the coaching, to map out, to gain clarity, to sort through, to declutter, to clear out that energy, and to be able to get clear in seeing that these moments are blessings in our lives, and that every moment is a blessing, and that you're not guaranteed the next one. So if I want to optimize my life and my health and my happiness, it is a mind, body, soul connection. And that's what you're being told. If that's what you're telling yourself, then it has to be all aspects of self, and not just half-assing it, not just doing half of something, but staying existing in all the rest of the old. We make changes, and when we make changes collectively, if it's a company, maybe it's a conversation as a team on how you can all be more productive and more successful at work if you all be more consciously aware of the choices and decisions of breaks. If you're going outside to smoke on a break and not drinking, and not sitting outside in the sun and just drinking some water, having a healthy snack, then you're depleting your energy. Then you're coming back in and you don't have the energy to give. All you did was you just gave yourself that temporary satisfaction to numb again, to just be able to avoid, to get through. But you can be charging up and still feeling your emotions. You can be letting them come through and fall into the flow of experiencing every single moment, so that you can feel alive. Because we came here to feel alive. We didn't come here to be numb to it. We came here to learn how to cope, how to adapt, how to be adaptable, how to have a great perspective, how to bring love into this world, how to bring love into everything in this world. And that's the main ingredient. And so to feel what you need to feel is actually love. And that sense of love, that then is like, well, of course I needed to feel that, or else I wouldn't have known that that hurts so much, or that is that painful, or that, or that it's not me. It's not the fact that it's me that got something going on that's wrong. It's the fact that sense of being constantly mimicked, mocked, laughed at, made fun of, attacked, narcissistic tendencies coming at me, somebody trying to tell me there's something wrong with me, or I have to be a specific way, or my way of thinking is dumb, it's stupid, I could never be this, you can never be that. And a lifetime of being told those and being suppressed that, and you wonder why, and told they can't feel for themselves, you can't think for yourself, you wonder why people end up how they end up, in that depressed, low, foggy energy, in unhealthy relationships, in relationships where they are controlled, dictated, all of those things. That's why. And so if we brought in more, if we instilled a sense of love with open hearts and open minds and open perspectives, and look at things in a much wider, vaster way, we would see a difference in our world. And that will bring change. And I'm like, and it's only now, that modern day is starting to want to hear what us healers have to say. Because we don't deal with the physical, we deal with the energetic connection. So the moment we turn to food, or we turn to an unhealthy relationship, what we are feeding ourselves is a narrative that keeps a story alive. I am not worthy. I am not good enough. This is all I deserve. I have to do this because I'm not allowed to have my feelings. My feelings are dumb. My feelings are stupid. I'm a crybaby, or I'm exaggerating, or I'm a drama queen, or I'm this, or I'm that. And it's like, maybe you're not. Maybe you need an outlet, right? And so those outlets that we are energetic. And so we deal in energy. We work in energy. We see in energy. We see movement. We see everything moving, shifting. We see the walls move. We see the energy coming out of paintings and pictures. We can feel the heart of the painter. We can connect to those things. And if we start to allow ourselves to exist in the blessings of our moments, we'll start to feel. And when we start to feel, we'll be able to start to see. And when we can see, we can open our eyes. And when we can feel, we're going to want to feel more. We're going to want to know more. We're going to want to know more about the people that are in our lives and in our world. We're going to want to become human again, and not to be so caught up in distancing each other and being separated. We're going to care about people again. We're going to have compassion for each other again. And that's kind of everywhere. And we should be excited for that. And we should be wanting more of that. And we should be trying to create more of that in ourselves, because when we build that momentum in ourselves and we be inspired of that, then we want to see that in others, and we want to be that in others' lives. And we don't want to pick on somebody. We don't want to bully. We don't want to be the enemy. We know what it's like to be that in ourselves. And so to break apart, break away, dismantle, to let go of those old stories and be able to just celebrate the person on the other side that makes the choice to choose to do that, and just stand and say, I did that. And I'm doing that with a love in my heart and a feeling and a knowing that I have to do the hard stuff to get to this feeling that I feel right now in satisfaction, even though I know there's, even though I'm recognizing that I have guilt, or I feel like, oh God, was that the right thing? I know, because I can feel that this was right. And so trusting those feelings so that you can learn how to trust yourself again, how you can learn to trust your own feelings, trust in making your own choices and your own decisions. And that energy is so alive right now, and it's so present, and it's just saying it is time. It is truly time, because the mirror has turned around. It is not reflecting onto anyone else. It's reflecting back on us. Why is it having such an impact? Why is that person? Why do I have to feel like I have to give my all or sacrifice myself so much there? Why am I doing this? Why am I believing this? So there's so many things with the power of being able to question ourselves with love, compassion, and kindness that is coming up this week. And wherever it takes us, wherever it lets you flow, wherever it's going, just be in the moment, stay in the moment. The moment you start getting ahead of yourself, you can feel that angst, you can feel yourself falling back. And that moment is denying ourselves, right? So it's like, that's when we start to fail in that fail and lose momentum in believing in the self that we're trying to get to. So I hope in some way that this message inspires you, or that it resonates with you, or that it even makes sense to you. Listen to it 2 or 3 times if you need to. Share it out, do whatever. Please subscribe to my YouTube channel if you like these videos. These are all channeling through some of the energy that's happening and what we are existing in right now. And they always use my stories. I write books on my stories that I couldn't even remember until they reminded me when they're needed. So much love. Have a beautiful week, and I will see you soon. I do have a new program coming up. It is the Diamond Effects. It is the level 2. It is a energetic healing program. That one is starting the end of August. You can also still take the level 1, and you don't need the level 1 to do the level 2. I will do a little bit of review in that one because it is a lot of information, but that level 1 is available right now, that you can take that one first and then step into the level 2 the end of August. It is an amazing program. It is energy healing. It is truly it's a beautiful journey of awakening that light and stepping into the light and being present in our light and learning how to move, shift, recognize, work with your whole body of you, which is so much more than this physical self. So that's coming up. Go to mteacademy.ca and you can sign up for that one. Until the end of August, all the summer extravaganza programs are still on special for 60% off those programs, and that's until August the 30th. So you're running out of time on those. I have a massive amount of programs in there that are at that discount, mteacademy.ca. And then you can go to corriethorne.com, C-O-R-R-I-E, Thorne, Thorne.com, and you can check out all of my upcoming events, any more classes that I have happening. You'll also get, when the book is released, the second book, the downloadable copy is available on Amazon. And this book, first book, is also available on Amazon. And you can also pull yourself a card each and every day on my website, and it takes you right to a TikTok video. The moment you click on a card, and it gives you your message of the day. So there's many things that are happening. Please subscribe to my YouTube channel if you like this work. Much love. Bye-bye.